Howdy friends, welcome back to the House of Tone. My name is Wes Lee. I'm a professional band instrument repair technician. I started a YouTube channel to show what my life is like in the trades. I appreciate you stopping by the shop for a few minutes today. I wanted to get one more out this week. It's been an incredibly stressful and long week. It's been good, but it's been a long week. Answer a few questions, 3 or 4, and give a little response. My opinion of what they are and how I do things and how a lot of the things I do are different than other folks, and that's okay. But some insights as to what goes on in my shop. Question number 1, the newest video, but the newest 2 videos on that Yanagasawa tenor sax. It was a W series. I can't remember now. It's written down next door. How much time and what was the price of the repair? I don't discuss my pricing. It's different for every job. I can tell you this, I'm not going to tell you the price because I don't want to get in trouble with Miss K. But you can extrapolate the cost. The tone hole repair the first day, that was 7 hours. It is what it is. Day 2, the playing condition, was 3 hours. So 10 to 11 hours of labor time. That's a lot. You can look up what the labor rate in your area is, and you can kind of extrapolate how much time and money. I didn't charge the customer nearly about that. I lost money. It happens. But I only do work one way. So I had to do a bunch of other repairs to offset. It was a long and stressful week. The customer came and picked it up and was extremely thrilled about his tenor. So it was great. And that was what we want. So we move on. And we just hope that we continue to offset. The big debate that's been happening, I haven't been on social media in a really long time, and I got on social media. Probably a mistake. But anyway, that's another subject. Should you know how to maintain/repair your instruments? My answer is yes. I let you into my shop. I take you through things. My dad had a very large reputation as both an educator and a player. I have his college books. He had a college course that was on maintaining and repairing his instruments. There are books now, modern books, the things that band directors should know, from Melody Choplin. It's a very good book. I own several copies of it, actually. We reference it all the time. We tell people to buy this book. It's very good. There are other books on the subject. I have a number of books on the subject. My Toyota truck, my old Toyota truck, not only does the manual have all of the maintenance things and how to do them and the gear, and the greases and the oils and all of the things to use, my vintage Toyota truck has a toolkit. And I think back to when I worked for a shop in St. Louis, and the man that owned the shop, he had old Fords. They came with toolkits. So Henry Ford, when you bought a Ford, it came offline, came with tools. I am positive that not everyone worked on their car. Why else you'd have mechanics, right? But came with tools so you could work on and maintain your car. My father, going back to him, he was not handy. He knew he was not handy. And he would happily proclaim that he was going to go play a music job to make the extra money to fix whatever it was. But when I got into school band, he showed me how to clean my instrument, how to disassemble it, how to clean it, how to put it back together, the greases, the oils, all of the things. Cleaned my instrument From the time I started playing, I had regular maintenance schedule. However old you are in sixth grade, at 11, 12, and I played trombone, and I was short. So the instrument was taller than I was. I couldn't reach seventh position. I would have to turn sideways. Maintenance was something that I did. My sister was a clarinet player. He taught her how to maintain her instrument. My daughter played clarinet. I taught her how to maintain her instrument. My son played trumpet, maintained his instrument. So I totally believe that you should do maintenance on your instruments. And to take that a step further, there are fewer repair technicians than there have ever been. There are more shade tree repair technicians than there have ever been. There is more hack work than there has ever been. You need to know how to maintain your instrument. The caveat to that, you need to know when to stop. Put the hammer down. Put the pliers down. This needs to go to a professional. So you should know enough about it to not be dangerous. But you should know what your level of comfort to work on something. I have a video coming up where the dad bought pads off the place that will ship you things very quickly. You can buy anything and everything. Pads were cheap. We'll get into that more in that video. But you should know how to maintain your instrument. When we do band director clinics, I will stand in front of a group of band directors with my toolbox and say, I have $10,000 worth of tools in here. That's one sousaphone. Buying a new sousaphone. Do you want to build out this toolbox of tools? And then is it worth your time to learn how to use all of them? When you have to stand in front of the band, you have to deal with all the student issues, you have to deal with administration, you have to deal with parents, you have to deal with all of the things as an educator that you have to deal with. Do you really want to spend more time doing super in-depth repairs? I think not. Do I think you need to know how to do 2 and 3 minute fixes, MacGyver fixes? Get this thing that happened right before an event, put your instrument back together, keep moving. But if it takes more than 2 or 3 minutes, it needs to go to the shop, it needs to go to the professional. Or is it something that you want to spend your after school time and evenings learning how to do? Because that's also a good thing. There's a lot of different situations. So as an individual, I think you should be able to maintain your instrument, know some basic repair things, have an emergency kit of things available for you to be able to fix your instrument. I also think you need to seriously consider having a backup instrument. When I played guitar, I had a backup instrument. When I played guitar, I maintained my own instrument. I did all of the things to that instrument. For repairs, I took it to someone. I had the tools. I took it to someone. There was a guy, I liked his work. I supported him. He was an independent. My amplifiers, I did cleaning on my amplifiers, but when something blew up, I had a guy and I sent it to him. Just like my old Toyota truck. There are some things I do, but I take it to a professional. I know what my level of comfort to have someone else do the work. So that's an important thing. The next question that comes around quite often, and this was another in another forum on social media, talking about vices. Now you will notice there is no vice over there right now. If you watched 2 videos ago where I was doing the Yanagasawa tenor sax tone hole, it's still next door in the woodwind shop from that repair. So, vices mounted to the floor, not mine, not nary one of them. I got one at my solder bench, I got one right there. This one's mounted to the bench. The vise that goes with the dent machine is the closest thing to a permanent vise. The one that's directly behind me is on a 4x8 sheet of plywood. This one and the other one are on trick tool stands. My vices have never been bolted to the floor. Now, I will say that in the brass room in the other shop, I have 3 vices mounted to the floor. They're great. They do what they're supposed to do. The ones that are here, they're great. They do what they're supposed to do. At the music store that I worked at, there was one centrally located vise bolted to the floor. It did what it was supposed to do. I just reeled off about 10 or 12 vices that were either bolted to the floor or can be moved around. If you followed my channel from when we started and were in my garage, I didn't bolt a vise to my floor. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to hydraulic cement and bolt my vise to the floor. No way. Not going to do that here. I have absolutely no plans to do that. Standing on the plywood with the vise is secure. Standing on the trick tool stand, the vise is secure. When you have a rod that extends 3 to 4 feet out from the vise, it doesn't matter what your vise is, bolted to the floor or not, you are going to have some amount of deflection. When you were standing close to on top of the vise, you're not going to have any deflection. Doesn't matter. The vise is not going to move. The rod is not going to move. But when you get away, yes, the rod is going to bend. But if you feel like it needs to be bolted to the floor, by all means, bolt it to the floor. I can set my shop up in different configurations to work on all of the different things that I work on. Now that also kind of goes into, I'm a general practitioner. I work on lots of different instruments. Some people only work on one thing. And maybe if I only worked on one thing, I would set up for doing that thing and I wouldn't have to set up for anything else. Maybe I would do things different. But I've never operated like that, so I don't have a point of view or a reference point on that. So for me, I don't bolt them down. Okay, last one. You really clean with Lysol and Pledge on horns? Yep, friends, right there on the bench. We use them all the time. Final stages. Everything. I play it, I wipe it down with Lysol. Probably then hit it with Pledge. Looks nice in the case, everything's vacuum. All that spit, debris, buildup, man, outside of the horn, yeah, I clean it, wipe it down, make it look nice. Had multiple clients come in today to pick up their instruments. Said, wipe your horn down, use a microfiber cloth, wipe your horn down, use Pledge, use Lysol, wipe it down. It'll make the finish last longer. It'll make the instrument last longer. Am I saying spray the inside of the horn with Lysol? No, don't do that. When you were doing superficial cleaning, that is what was referenced with the Lysol and Pledge. Like if this is a brass instrument, I'm looking at a trumpet. A trumpet's got a battery stuck in it actually. But I'm looking at this trumpet. So I've got it almost disassembled. So it's going to get cleaned. It's going to get chemical flushed. It's going to come out. Going to be working on it. Or either I'll be working on it before I chemical flush it. Either way, it gets chemical flushed, gets put back together. Then the last thing that happens is I play it. When I'm done playing it, I spray it down with Lysol. And I wipe it down with Pledge. And I put it back in the case. So I have wiped all of my fingerprints and stuff off. That's how I roll. That's not how everybody rolls, but that's how I roll. It's the presentation that the customer gets when they open their case. The expectation, and I like it when people go, oh, wow, that means a lot to me. So that's why I do it. A tag on the Lysol and the Pledge. Folks were asking about the leather conditioner that I use. That stuff was Tannery Premium. That was the brand that they had the last time I went to the store. Been pretty well. Liked it okay. Seems to do a good job. Smells good. Well, friends, thank you. I hope you've had a good week. I appreciate you coming by the shop. We really appreciate the support. Y'all have a nice weekend. This is Wes Lee, signing out.